embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies throughout the day and an afternoon high around 74. Tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with a low around 55. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return again, an afternoon high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I am a huge guy.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Friday. It's the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Rico with you. Everybody clap your hands, pat yourself on the back. We made it to Friday, one day closer to the weekend, and it's going to be beautiful outside all weekend long. Mid-70s, it sounds like. High of just 75 today. If you've been outside, you felt it as Nebraska football had their first practice or open practice available to the media earlier today. We were there for about 30, 35 minutes or so. Saw a lot of good stuff, saw just a lot of stuff. Maybe I shouldn't put the adjective of good on there. Just saw a lot of stuff, a lot of thoughts coming from that. So we'll dive into that here in the first segment. We got a good show lined up for you guys today. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline. and the Starter Heyman text line are open for you. We said it on air yesterday. We were joking around regarding Jeff and Nicole Essink. Well, more so Jeff, not Nicole. We love Nicole. Yeah. We love Jeff. We love Jeff too.
Nicole's wonderful.
Yeah, Nicole's awesome.
Yeah,
though.
Jeff's okay.
Jeff's fine. We joked around with them, and now they're coming in at 1:30 today to talk just about Farrells, about Fitness Fanatics, which is our show, one of the shows on Sunday, which, by the way, haven't checked that out, make sure you do so. 9 to 11 a.m. every Sunday morning right here on the ticket. But so Jeff and Nicole are going to come hang out with us in the second segment. We got a good show lined up. But first, Rico, I need to talk and have for the second straight day, moment of vulnerability.
Uh-oh.
And
you guys are really getting to know Nick over these last 2 days.
I'm a little sad. I'm a little disappointed at myself. I should say that.
What'd you do?
So for the folks that follow me on Twitter, Nick_Sainer, you can always follow Rico at Radio Rico AC, as well as The Ticket, 93.7 The Ticket. You might have seen some of the videos that I posted from practice this morning.
Yes, Nick was at football practice today.
I was.
He did not take part in any of the drills.
Did not, thankfully.
Which would you be the best at?
Fair catching the punt. I feel like I could
catch a punt.
I would like to. I would be with no rush.
Yeah.
Let me make it very clear. If guys are running at me, I'm out. I'm not doing it.
I could do it.
If guys were if like a true Nebraska punt coverage team was running at me,
towards you,
not a chance.
No, but if it was just
me
and they were like, you got to catch it.
Yeah, just catch it
with the helmet on.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Have you ever caught a punt?
Never with a helmet on. I've caught a punt multiple times.
So that's the first time I had to catch punts with a helmet on, it kept hitting off my face mask.
Okay.
But I figured it out.
Good stuff. Well, anyway.
I don't think you could. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, not to bury the lead.
We're not doing this.
Yes. So I made multiple mistakes on Twitter today in terms of like spelling and how I wanted words to come across on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I made note. I was actually standing by Steve Sipple when this happened. Offensive line taking snaps with Dylan Raiola, who was the number one quarterback in today's open practice. Not much surprise or shock there. It had at right tackle, Bryce Benhart, not surprised. Right guard, Micah Mazuka. Center was Ben Scott. Left guard was Justin Evans, which, by the way, on rosters, no more Justin Evans Jenkins, just Justin Evans. So same guy, shorter name. And then at the left tackle position, it was Gunnar Gatula, the former Lincoln Southeast Knight. Well, obviously, Turner Corcoran not being out there is a little interesting, right? Not interesting, but just something to take note of, whether it's a pitch count, whatever the reason may be, if he got dinged up, whatever the case may be. And I kept getting these replies. It reached a decent number of people. And I keep getting these replies on my Twitter of, 2 right guards, 2 right tackles. That's not possible. And, you can't get mad at your left tackle if you don't play one. And I'm sitting there like throughout the entire practice session, like, okay, I don't know what these guys are talking about. And a lot of them were coming from like fan accounts. And I'm thinking, okay, well, they're probably thinking that, somebody's listed as a right tackle and they're
Bryce
playing the left side of the line. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter, right?
Benhart's been playing right tackle forever, and now we got him on the left side. Like, that's probably.
And so then also I posted a video of John Butler working with the defensive backs today in a one-on-one drill between wide receivers and DBs inside the Hawks Championship Center. And I made a mistake in saying John Butler is fully of energy, F-U-L-L-Y, instead of just full of energy today. And I realized that I made a mistake. So I went back and I was like, I went full. I replied to the tweet full. And I was like, I'm not paying for blue. I'm not paying for Twitter blue.
Nick fat fingered it. That's all.
I did. I had that happen a couple of times this morning. And so I raised the right hand and I say, that's my fault.
That's on me.
Well, then I look at the other tweet of the offensive line and I realized that I put right tackle, right guard, center. Those are fine. But then I put right guard and right tackle one more time. And so that made so much more sense. So, Rico, you know what I did? I broke down and I subscribed to Twitter Blue.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No!
Because
Nicholas!
I did. And you know what? I've already utilized it.
How?
Because I sent the tweet promoting our show starting today.
Uh-huh.
And normally what I'll do is I'll schedule the tweet. So I'll write it up at like 11 a.m. or whatever once we finalize our plans. And then I'll say, okay, let's have this tweet go out at 12:55 p.m., 5 minutes before the show starts.
I didn't even notice it.
So I did.
I thought you just sent another tweet.
I didn't I didn't tag Jeff Essink in the first original tweet, I just put Jeff and Nicole. I already edited it.
I see his last edited at 12:59. I thought you just sent a different tweet because I was gonna unretweet and retweet the new one.
It's the same one. It's the same tweet. So I have broke down.
Oh no!
And at least for the football season, we'll be subscribing to Twitter Blue. Unfortunately,
Nicholas.
I know. There's some cool features.
I am disappointed in you. Oh,
it is fine.
A thing happened.
It's okay.
2 minutes ago.
Let's dive into that real quickly. Somebody did on the text line 6282 off balance line coming up. That's right. A lot of rights. Somebody replied and said Nick hates lefties, and I was like, here I am. So anyway, but nonetheless,
hey, it works out.
Husker football season is in full swing just because the Twitter analytics, the Twitter engagement off the rails once again. They are starving for Nebraska football content. So let's give it to them right here, right, Rico? A little bit of news in the recruiting world. 4-star wide receiver Isaiah Mosey, who was previously committed to Oregon. Thank you. Four-star wide receiver Isaiah Mosey, who was previously committed to Oregon, has officially flipped to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Nebraska gets the 4-star wide receiver previously committed to the Oregon Ducks and head coach Dan Lanning officially in. So big thank you. So a good get for the Nebraska football department as they get a 4-star wideout just less than a half an hour ago. With that being said, though, I do want to kind of give some thoughts on today's practice. Rico, when I say Isaiah Nayor and Jamal Banks look like, I will steal a phrase, a man-child,
men children,
that is them. Like and people can check it out. I posted a couple of pictures of like Isaiah Nayor.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Nayor is a big fella in a good way. Like on a wide receiver, especially in some of Nebraska's wide receivers, where some of the faster guys, the Jalen Lloyds are a little smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Coleman is tall, but smaller, right?
Can still put some.
Yes.
He's defined, but it's not.
Yeah,
big.
I'm not saying like he's undersized or needs to put on weight. That's not what I'm getting at. Just the body type.
He doesn't look like a freak.
He is
a freak. He don't look like.
There is a stark difference between Malachi Coleman's body type, which Nebraska will be able to utilize successfully. We saw it last year at times, and now Isaiah Nayor and Jamal Banks in that as well. I'm really intrigued by like what Isaiah Nayor specifically after seeing him today could potentially bring to Nebraska because he looks like somebody that. If he can stay healthy, is somebody that could probably be a part of Nebraska's offense.
So do they look more like wide receivers that you're used to seeing at like a Wisconsin or an Iowa, like bigger body dudes who, when you're running the ball, are able to get in there and mix it up and get some blocks, but at the same time, you're not afraid to have them run across the middle because if they do take a hit from a linebacker, they might be the ones dealing the punishment.
It feels like somebody that can he's going to be able to get kind of through traffic and be able to make a catch, strong enough to make a catch while in traffic.
So like, okay, so people remember Stanley Morgan Jr. for being that kind of guy, being able to make the catches in traffic.
Yes,
but he was only 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
he played a lot bigger. I say only, like that's not tall. He played a lot bigger.
It is for us.
Yeah, he played a lot bigger than he actually was. And these guys are bigger. And when you look at them, it's I don't know if it was DP or J. It's that get off the bus.
Yes.
Like they win that get off the bus.
Yeah, 100%. Isaiah Nayor was the first guy that I gravitated towards in the wide receiver room when I watched today.
Okay.
I will say that over Jamal Banks. Now, I think Jamal Banks is going to be Nebraska's like wide receiver 1 if you want to categorize that as him as that.
For the longest time when people would kind of talk about Isaiah Nayor, I was picturing more of a tall, slender speedster.
No,
not that.
I mean, he might be a fast guy.
Well, he is fast, but I wasn't picturing. I saw the pictures. I wasn't picturing him being as muscular as he is.
The dude has massive thighs.
Yes.
I'm going to say that without sounding too weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude has massive thighs. He looks, the eye test that we love to say, yeah, they passed the eye test. There's Isaiah Nayor. 6'3", 215 for Isaiah Nayor is what he's listed at. Jamal Banks listed 6'4", just over 200 pounds. So similar sizes, right? A little bit of difference in maybe weight, but really, really exciting. And so like we've had conversations, right, about Nebraska's wide receiver room where you hope that they take a step forward. They're going to need a couple of guys to step up and kind of be Dylan Raiola's best friend when it comes to reliability. I think that part, like Billy Kemp was a very good receiver for Nebraska last year, unfortunately got banged up. And in, I think, certain situations, Nebraska maybe didn't have a guy that they could always go to. And also this year, you're going to have another year under Malachi Coleman's belt, under Jalen Lloyd as well. We saw McMorris getting some work as well. Who's those Bellevue West guys are people that are two that maybe folks are forgetting about. But then you have Isaiah Nayor and Jamal Banks, who they added through the transfer portal. That reminds you of maybe what type of season similar to the Samari Toure, Trey Palmer, those types of reliability in Nebraska's offense.
It's a stark difference in the wide receiver room from, and I know, this is a completely different coaching staff and what have you, different recruiting styles. It's a stark difference in wide receiver rooms from the Scott Frost receiver room, where recruiting class after recruiting class, you would get guys 6 foot or under who were burners, guys who were going to take the top off of defense if they had the opportunity, but you weren't working with any big dudes where if you got into the end zone, you'd be able to throw it up and they'd be able to go get it. Now you've got guys 6'4", 6'3", 6'5", like standing in those receiver rooms and in those tight end rooms who, with a more talented in terms of arm talent quarterback, you will hopefully be able to see what those guys and what those body types are going to be able to do. Because of Billy Kemp last year, if he had a quarterback, again, not to take away from Heinrich Harburg or Jeff Sims, but if he had a quarterback who was more pass happy, I guess, or had the ability to get him the ball in situations where he could, be in open field and make people miss, I feel like he would have been thought of more highly in terms of wide receivers at Nebraska. If Billy Kemp had a year left and was in this offense, I feel like we would be more excited about the receiver room than we probably are. Because
I think a lot of that has to do with the quarterback.
Yeah, because you would have those two. Imagine this. You have Jamal Banks on one side, Isaiah Nayor on the other side, and Billy Kemp in the slot with Thomas Fidone lining up at tight end. That type of slot receiver that Billy Kemp could have been, and what he was at Virginia, I mean, that would be beautiful for a freshman quarterback.
There's certainly things that maybe Isaiah Nayor specifically will have to work through, right? He hasn't had these incredible type of years that maybe you're hoping for at Nebraska. But I think also, like, once again, just that the old adage of being available, or your best ability is availability, and that's the most valuable thing that I think a lot of people can bring to this team, and especially in a year where there's so much talk around toughness and playing through it and just grinding day to day for the entire program and team. I think if Nebraska is able to get transfers, guys that are new to the program, in on that mentality, which you'd expect them to, these are guys that aren't new to college football specifically. Hopefully Nebraska can then, like I said, have guys that are available, because as Marcus Satterfield pointed out multiple times over the last couple of weeks, whether it was in press conferences or even yelling in practice this morning, he talked about how, listen, if guys are healthy, that allows us to raise the standard, number one. And he even mentioned that at times last year, they had to make decisions on whether or not it was worth pulling a guy, sitting him down, because the drop off or the gap in talent between their guy that they had out there on the field and the one that they would have to put in bar because of injuries, whatever the case may be, was sometimes too big and too wide, that they said we still need to put our best options out there to win us a game.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case this year, guys can stay healthy. I think maybe sometimes we forget how many injuries Nebraska had last year, especially on the offensive side of the ball. There were a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so if Nebraska, specifically at the wide receiver position, can stay a little healthier this year, in guys like Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, who was back there returning punts today for Nebraska, or the two that we've mentioned the most, Isaiah Nayor and Jamal Banks, or you can go down the list of McMorris and Davon Hall and Ja'Cory Barney Jr. and Jalen Lloyd and Malachi Coleman and so on and so forth. If the more guys that there are healthy and available to play, hopefully the more competition there is too. Which betters everybody in that entire room.
Now I have to be careful before it sounds like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right now, because I did last week and earlier this week, kind of poo-poo the wide receiver room in terms of my confidence level, just because I said I had more confidence in Jamal Banks than any other receiver in that room.
Okay.
Just because he's been able to do it at a high level for multiple years at the Division I Power 5 level over at Wake Forest. Isaiah Nayor had his big year at Wyoming, transferred to Texas, got injured, and then had a year where he had it was one game or one catch or something along those lines, and ends up transferring to Nebraska. Again, not saying that I don't believe that he's going to be a good wide receiver, but in terms of the confidence level for this wide receiver room, there's one guy that I have immense confidence in, and that is Jamal Banks. The rest still have things to prove because they're young, or they haven't done it at a high enough level for multiple years at this level.
I would say in terms like high enough level in terms of volume, potentially, right? Because like the flashes of the Jalen Lloyds, right? Specifically, that's one that I would point out specifically. Had 6 catches and 3 touchdowns last year. You look at the averages on paper. I think I'm drawing from memory here, so don't specifically quote me, but it's 6 catches, I think, for 237 yards and 3 touchdowns last season to Jalen Lloyd, the former Omaha West Side product. And with that in mind, you can look at that and say, yeah, you'd expect Jalen Lloyd to really take a step forward, and more than likely he would and could this upcoming season, but he didn't do it at a high enough volume, right? And maybe that's because of opportunities that were given. Whatever the case may be, he did only have 6 catches last year, but in those 6 catches, we saw a flash. And so I agree with you, Rico, where there's the number, right? The volume of productivity, and can those guys do it consistently for the next couple of seasons?
Yeah, you do also have to put into perspective that Jalen Lloyd, Malachi Coleman, outside of the injuries happening last year, probably weren't going to see the field as much as they did last season.
You're right.
And I don't know whether it's a benefit I think it is, but I don't know whether it's a benefit that they did see more time on the field last year, or if it would have been more beneficial for them to sit out the year, learn, get bigger, stronger, faster, and then come into their redshirt freshman years. Now they're sophomores, redshirt freshman years, prepared for a potential breakout season. But now, with the wide receiver room as deep as it is, it's going to be a fight for everyone to get on the field, except for Jamal Banks.
Let's put a pin there. We'll continue this conversation for a couple of days. There's some more things that I definitely want to talk about throughout the course of the next couple of shows. We'll spread it out to next week as well. We heard from Garrett McGuire today. We heard from a couple of the players. We'll get to plenty of that audio in the days to come, though, and give our thoughts throughout the next couple of days. But now it is time for us to take a break. Our good friends, Jeff and Nicole Essink of Farrells Extreme Body Shaping, and then also of Fitness Fanatics, they're going to come in and hang out with us, give us some advice, some pointers, as Rico's about to give up pop starting on Monday.
I am terrified.
Rico's about to start giving up pop.
Caffeine headache on like Wednesday.
And
you're going to have to.
You just have to fight through it.
You're going to have to deal with it.
So Rico's going to give up pop. I've tried to reshape my body.
Yeah.
So we'll get Jeff and Nicole's thoughts on there. If you guys have any questions throughout the entire show for whatever subject we are on, whether it was this, whether it was for Jeff and Nicole next segment, go ahead and text it in 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. You can always call in on the Honda of Lincoln hotline as well. Same number, 464-5685. And you can always follow us, Nick_Sainer at Radio Rico AC. We'll talk to Jeff and Nicole Essink of Farrells
blue check marks.
Farrells Extreme Body Shaping. I do, unfortunately. I subscribe to Twitter Blue. That's the most disappointing news of the day.
Disgusting.
Oh, I will say this, just for context. Also, one thing that I do want to mention: Elijah Judy was limping around a little bit today. Not anything serious. Stayed in drills. Terrence Knighton. Yeah, Terrence Knighton. Terrence Knighton was not worried about it. Okay, he was fine. So Elijah Judy back in drills. Okay. So there you have it. Let's take a break. We'll come right back. Happy Hour, sponsored by our friends at Empire Fence Netting. Step aside. Come right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts and the main event of Donnie Bush versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
You're listening to the Happy Hour.
Are you a big man? Huh? I'm talking to you. What?
With Nick Sainert.
You wake up in the morning, son, put on my big boy pants. Look, I'm wearing a belt.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
You put on a little jacket, you go. You take your lunch because you got big boy pants on. You got your big boy pants and your snacks.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I can say big loud things. I can be demonstrative.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Rico with you. Oh, I unplugged Nick. Oh, sorry, Nicole.
Wow.
Sorry. I unplugged her headphones.
Wow.
Because I needed mine plugged in. I apologize. Welcome in back to the show. As always, I want to thank our friends over at Empire Fence and Netting for their support of the show. As always, you can chime in if you have any questions, especially in this segment. We want to make this as interactive as possible. 402-464-5685 on the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. If you want to check out what's going on inside our studio, you can always watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or X, that I'm now subscribed to, by the way. And Allo Channel 961, all those avenues for you guys to get in touch and see what's going on inside our studios. All right, we are bringing in some of our good friends, Jeff and Nicole Essink, obviously the hosts of Fitness Fanatics. It airs every Sunday, 9 to 11. Guys, we just got done talking during the break. 2 years.
Yep, 2 years we've been on.
How about
Over
that?
2 years now.
Over 2 years.
And there's only been 2 shows that didn't record podcasts in those 2 years. And guess who was doing the board?
Who's that?
Rico.
This
guy.
2 times ever. I just thought I'd throw that out.
Yep.
Thought I'd throw that out. 2
Not
times.
on his game on Sundays,
Yes.
apparently.
I was not
Yeah.
mentally there.
And I still hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I was part of the show. We were talking. We were having a good time. And then next thing I know, we get to the end, they leave. And I'm like, well, this is awkward.
No podcast.
Oopsie.
Just this is gone.
The whole thing.
Well,
it was a really good live show.
I bet,
all
yes.
right.
Probably the best live shows you've ever had.
Probably. There's no record of it anywhere.
Nope. I've done 2 shows on Fitness Fanatics. They were the best shows. When I tell you they were amazing, there have been no other Fitness Fanatic shows that have been better than mine.
This is the problem, is that since Rico runs the board for our show, I can't just turn off his mic when he gets onto these tangents like this.
I wish
He
I
controls
could do that
it all.
To Jeff and Harrison.
I bet you could.
On our
Is
show.
it when they talk football?
Bears.
Bears.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bears.
Hey, Jeff, the Bears aren't going to be too shabby this year.
I thought we were talking fitness.
We will. But the Bears.
I was told that there would be fitness.
Okay. If you want fitness, okay. For every game the Bears lose, you have to run at the end of the season.
Who has
you have
to?
him. He has to run. He has to run a mile for every game the Bears lose.
Well, that's no big deal.
Oh, jeez. I wish I could say that I could run 16 miles.
Yeah.
He could run them.
The Bears
not
have won.
consecutively.
The
at
Bears
this
have won
moment.
4 playoff games in the last 30 years.
Okay.
So if they don't win a playoff game, it's my normal life.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
So if they're good, that's going to be the problem.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's when the stress begins.
Yeah, I've wondered if it's because our son Ben's a big Ravens fan, and just the other
Baltimore
day,
fan in general.
Yeah, Baltimore Orioles, Ravens. Just the other day, he was like, "It's just really stressful. Like watching the Ravens in the AFC Championship game was so stressful. Like where my stress is just over, right? By November,
You're
I'm
just
done.
a casual football fan.
Yeah, just casual. So I don't know. It's like with being Husker fans, like. How are we going to be when Nebraska's playing a huge game with huge implications? We haven't had that for so long.
I know, but we remember.
That's awesome.
It's
You
stressful.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember, yes.
We remember.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the first Super Bowls I watched. Was like 05, 06.
The Bears Colts.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Which year was that?
06. Super
06.
Bowl.
Okay, cool. I was 5.
Harrison. Yeah,
Yep, that's what Hook
how
Harrison
became a
Is
Bears
that
fan.
right?
Shout out to Devin Hester.
Yep.
Yep.
I have to tell you,
how he
I had
got hooked.
a
Hall of
a
Famer.
Peyton Manning shirt jersey.
Yep.
And so I wore it during the Super Bowl in 05 and 06 as a 5-year-old. Okay, so
Cute.
to keep Nicole happy. Let's talk fitness.
I was told.
We have to
bait and switch.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Gotcha.
There it is.
I'm very familiar.
Anyway, there's about 20 minutes left in the show. That's when you guys usually talk football, right? So anyway, okay, so Rico is going on a kick on Monday, cutting caffeine or
Okay.
cutting soda pop.
Yeah, because I'm a disgustingly addicted to Mountain Dew. Where
Like
if
how much a day? How many?
you don't want to know.
No, just say
You
it.
don't-
It's fine.
It's
Just say it.
I told everybody my Taco Bell order yesterday. Come on.
It is what it is.
So if you gave me a 24 pack of Mountain Dew, I could finish that in 4 days.
Okay, I mean,
So that's about
I could
6.5
drink,
per day?
Yeah,
Or
I could
6
drink
per
like
day?
3 or 4 cans a day, and I'd feel fine. Like,
Do you know that,
Jake and
that-
beer.
Yeah, like Jake and
Amon
beer.
Green would tell you that's one of the worst pops you
He
can drink.
tells me all the time.
Okay.
And I don't care.
But you need to start carrying.
I know I do.
Listen to me speaking.
I know I need to start caring. My daughter starts kindergarten on Monday. I was playing outside with them the other day, and she always tells me she wants to race. So we run down the block, we run back, right? They've never won. I'm too fast. But we do that like 3 times, and I'm like winded.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is disgusting. Why am I doing this?
Here's
Why am
the
I
thing,
so tired?
Then we talk about this on our show a lot. Fitness Fanatics 9 to 11 on Sundays.
There you
go. We talk about this a lot though, and yours is so easy because when this is good for both of you, but when you're like overwhelmed with making changes, you identify the one thing that you can change that's going to make the biggest impact.
Mhm.
That's an easy one. Like it's not easy in theory. It's easy in theory,
I'm
but like,
addicted.
right. If that's easy, you cut that out. That's a huge impact to your health. That's the one thing that you can do that's going to make a huge impact.
Like I've never
So
done
that's
hard
easy.
drugs, but I'm pretty sure that's where I'm at.
Well, it's the caffeine and the sugar. It gets you.
That's where I was at with
Terrible
fast
combination.
food. That's where I was at with fast food.
Yeah.
That is because I would, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but I have no problem admitting it. I mean, fast food was at least a meal a day. I'm telling you,
We all love
Have
to
you
eat.
not heard
I
my
love fast food.
spiel about
I
things
love
that
it.
don't make you special? That does not make you special.
I'm not saying that.
That makes you totally normal. Do you know how many
Yes,
people?
Nicole, thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
Like
You're just a regular
Nobody has
Joe.
ever called me
I
normal.
know.
You're just a regular old Joe Schmo.
But it's true because there's probably
Yes.
lots of people listening right now, and they're like, "One a day."
Yeah.
That's,
I have 2 a day.
Yeah.
Right. That's breakfast and lunch. So
I wish.
I will say this. You know what? So obviously, I feel over these last like 3.5 weeks, I feel a lot better just naturally. Like even when I wake up, I just feel better. It feels like it's easier to wake up
So
in the
what
mornings.
have you changed in the last 3.5 weeks?
So I've started reading labels. Like I've started learning about how to read labels.
Yeah.
And the first thing I think I said this yesterday.
Yeah.
The first thing that I knew was bad is the added sugar.
Mhm.
And so
It's not bad. It's problematic. we'll
yes.
say.
Okay. Yes. There
It
you
can
go.
be problematic.
Thank you. You always have good
I
like
know.
filler
Yeah.
and exchange
That's
words.
why she's here.
Yes, exactly.
And not
I don't know.
me.
I don't know why I keep looking
Yeah,
at you,
yeah,
Jeff. I need
just
to
stay
focus
here.
this
We
way.
don't want to moralize food.
Yes,
It's not bad. It's
yes.
just problematic.
It is.
Not
She's really good
ideal.
at making me feel not terrible about
I know.
myself.
I
You're
know.
welcome.
This is really good.
I know.
This is why we bring him in because if me and Rico were to talk about it, first of all, we're not knowledgeable on it. But then you suck. You're terrible. Anyway, in all seriousness,
No.
yeah, but like I knew that the added sugars were something that I needed to watch
That's one thing
and
you
stuff.
can change that can make a big impact.
Yes, and so I'll be honest. Like I didn't care about calories. I wasn't watching like the calories. I wasn't even watching carbs. I wasn't watching anything else. It was I went to Costco and I went to the store and I just looked at things like that I would normally want. And I first realized how much added sugar I was eating and consuming a day. And then I switched it up to like, okay, let's find things that are substitutes that don't have added sugar or only have 1 gram or only have 2 grams. And then obviously moderation. So I would say there's
Huge
two
one.
things. It was watching the added sugars and looking at the labels and then giving myself a moment to breathe after I'm done with my first plate. Because I realized that, okay, I can actually be just fine with just a scoop of mac and cheese, or I can be fine
Instead of the
with
box.
just 2 pieces of pizza instead of 5. And I'd like kick myself off. Like I'd start with like 4 and then I'd be like, yeah, that was really, really good. I want more. And I'd be done and I'd be like, whoa, I got 6 pieces of pizza in my belly. And so now, like yesterday I was, we had our staff meeting at the ticket. And so at the end, I took 2 pieces of pizza and I stopped and I went home and I was like, I was driving home. I'm like, yeah, I feel good.
Yeah.
Like I feel good. And so it's just learning, like, I'm not always hungry, and to just kind of like the educational piece of what is the things I'm consuming doing to me.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, there's a book called Salt, Sugar, Fat. If you just like to go down a rabbit hole on stuff,
Mhm.
and you could listen to it or read it or whatever. And it's really good, but it talks about how food is chemically engineered to be addicting.
Mhm.
Like that is the point. So they want to make fast food as processed as possible. So you don't realize what you're consuming
Yeah.
until it's too late. And so that is what that pizza is designed that way.
Yeah.
It's not an accident. It's on purpose. Like,
Well, and it was
you-
kind of crazy because, like, even last night, once I got home, after fast food, everybody knows, like, you feel great and you feel full after about 20 minutes, and then you feel like crap.
Mhm.
And even last night, after, just because I had just 2, and because I had surrounded it with eating a lot better these last couple of weeks, I didn't feel crappy. Like, I didn't notice that big giant letdown,
Right.
or I didn't notice that as much as I would when I would have it once or twice a day. In addition to it all, like, I feel like I'm never swiping my card.
Yeah,
It's
you're gonna
so
save a lot of money.
crazy.
Saving a decent amount of money.
It's
You'll
crazy.
save a lot of money too, cutting back on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I probably will.
Right.
So
Yeah.
one of my big issues is the late night snacking.
Go to bed.
Like,
Why are you up? Go to
first
sleep.
off, the Olympics are on,
Okay.
and I record it, so I can't watch it until later. So
Okay.
I'll watch it at like 10 a.m.
See, that's why we go
and
to
I'm-
bed at like
And
8.
I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know what sounds really good? A bowl of cereal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to, and for whatever reason, I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I need to eat something. I have to. I'm watching these high class athletes. These high level athletes,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm sitting there with a bowl of cereal, and I'm judging them, and I'm looking at them, and I'm just like, didn't keep your feet together. That's
Yeah.
deduction.
We would eat ice cream and watch Biggest Loser. That was our
yeah.
that was one of our traditions.
Yes. Biggest Loser. Is that still around?
No, 'cause it was also problematic.
Yeah.
So this is what
Come on, keep it going.
So eat
yeah.
something healthier. Like this is the little light bulb moment I'll tell you
Mhm.
about this. So you'd eat a bowl of cereal,
Mhm.
and then you will easily eat a second bowl of cereal,
Dude,
right?
when I take the box
Yeah.
with me
I've eaten
over to the couch.
I've eaten an entire box
I just-
of cereal in one sitting.
Yeah, I
before.
just sit there and
Yeah.
I finish it and I just pour the cereal back onto the milk and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's delicious.
But
Or-
have you ever eaten an apple and then eaten another apple?
no, no. Who eats 2 apples?
Why? Because apples are chemically engineered to be easy to digest and eat, and then immediately eat another apple. You eat an apple and you're like, I'm full and I'm
Yeah.
tired of chewing,
Yeah.
right? And you don't have this milk left over. So eat an apple. Eat something healthy.
Eat some cottage cheese.
That's disgusting.
You know what I told myself, and maybe this is like
but
too
that just
harsh.
make that be your aha moment. Like, okay, I've eaten a candy bar and I could easily eat a second candy bar.
Easily.
But if you eat
They're
it,
in the freezer right now.
right. If I gave you a pear right now, you would eat it and be like, that was good.
No, Rico
And I
wouldn't eat
give
it.
you whatever. And I
How'd
give
you
you
like pears?
and I give you another one, you'd be like,
I'd be like,
I'm
why,
good.
Why are you giving me
I'll
the
eat this
second
later.
pear?
I'll eat this tomorrow. So think about that.
Maybe
Okay.
is this too harsh? This is, I mean, I viewed it as, I told myself, if I don't have it in my house,
Well,
I can't eat it.
That's me. I can't. There's certain things we can't have in the house. Oreos.
Yep.
I can't have those in the house, or I will eat them all until
Yeah.
they're gone. Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's the thing
Now
is,
I really want some Oreos.
I have so much impulse.
Apple.
I have so much
Yeah, yeah.
impulse buy,
Yeah.
and so like I had to. There were multiple things that I like would walk past in the grocery store last week, and I'd be like, "Dang, that looks good," or like, "That sounds good." And I think so much of it's just like trying to find substitutes and alternatives that are a little bit better, and maybe it's a little bit more expensive, but like, gosh dang.
But if it's more
I cannot
expensive-
imagine how much better I feel so much. It's hard to put into words.
If it's more expensive, you're also gonna like not eat as much of it.
That's a
like,
good point.
If I have nuts, I'm gonna buy macadamia nuts because I know they're more expensive. And if I spend $12 on like a bag of macadamia nuts, I will eat those very
Yeah.
sparingly.
You're not going to eat the entire
Right,
thing.
but if I buy cashews, I'll just eat the whole thing. You know, it'll be gone in like 2 days because you walk by and you see them. Oh, let's have some cashews. But
Yeah.
you know, so maybe if you're spending more,
One of my favorite snack foods is unsalted cashews.
Mhm.
I love the unsalted cashews. People make fun of me. Jake Sorensen makes fun of me.
He does.
kind of an old man
for having unsalted
snack.
cashews. Is it?
Kind of.
Nick is an old
unsalted.
Nick is an old man.
I mean, it's fine. They can get you in trouble though. That's a lot of fat.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
See, this
Yes.
is the thing is I looked at it and was like, they got no sugar. They got no added sugar. We're chilling.
Well,
It's-
something else you can look at on a label.
Yes, yeah.
Are grams of fat.
Okay, that's important.
And saturated fat.
Hold on. We gotta look at this. We gotta look this up.
Like,
I'll be able to.
there's nothing wrong with eating cashews if
Yeah.
you
There's not.
it's all about portion control,
Yeah, you
right?
can't eat them all
Of
day
course.
long. There's
Because
a lot of fat in cashews.
A lot of fat. I mean, there's protein because
It's healthy fat.
yeah.
It's healthy fat. Don't get me
Yes,
wrong.
healthy
It's a
fat.
good fat.
Yes.
But if you're eating 7 or 8 servings a day
Mhm.
versus the 1 serving a day,
Yes.
that's
Serving
problematic.
sizes
That's
bother me.
problematic. I know it's rude.
They're just like,
rude.
yeah, it's like,
I agree.
half of an Oreo is a serving size. I'm like,
I
how dare
know.
you?
It's so rude.
So
I mean, I
yeah,
shouldn't be eating
dang.
these, but how dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's rude.
14 grams of fat
What's a serving?
in serving
So
a
like-
fourth of a cup.
Which is a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
a
that's like-
handful.
Yowzers.
8, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, this is just the Kirkland brand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Total fat.
Yeah.
Total calories.
Total, yeah.
So-
calories 170.
Yeah, usually 150 to 200 for nuts.
Okay.
Like a
And
handful.
most people on our meal plan will be
Yeah.
anywhere between 50 to 70 grams of fat per day, right? Is what we would
Mhm,
tell them to
probably.
eat.
Yeah.
So if you eat 3 servings of all our
Cashews.
cashews, you're up to 42 grams of fat. Okay.
Yeah.
So now trying to fit something else in there, like if you want
Mm-hmm.
some protein, I want a steak. Well, I don't have any fat. I can't eat because it's
Right.
the
Yeah.
fat drives the calories up.
I would say just do 1 serving of cashews a day. There's
Okay.
a lot of healthy things to cashews.
Yeah.
It's a healthy fat. It's going to keep you full.
Mhm.
It's much better than 170 calories of potato chips.
Yeah.
For sure. It's going to be healthier for you. You have some good omega-3 fatty acids with
See,
those,
and that's
see?
like way
Yeah.
into the weeds that I'm just
Right.
not there. yet.
Right.
But you know cashews are better than potato chips. Like
Yes.
you already know that.
Yeah.
So just know that, do the common sense stuff, and then drill down more to the serving size.
So now getting away from me and Rico specifically,
Mm-hmm.
for the folks out there that are like, all right, I need to do this. We need to make a change, right? And what's the first step? Like,
Well-
what would you guys recommend? Because like
Yeah.
for me specifically, and you guys know this is, and I'll admit it, like I was unable, I chose not to, I did not
Mhm.
finish like the 10-week challenge and stuff.
Mhm.
And I've tried it multiple times.
Yeah.
And you guys are very, very transparent with like, you have to be fully bought. Like I appreciate that about you guys too. With that, like for me, it was okay. I need to tell myself and make myself believe that I can change the way I eat, because lifting does nothing. I mean, it does, but it doesn't help out if I'm just hurting it by throwing the same junk into my
and
body.
Honestly, for you, lifting probably creates like kind of a vicious cycle, because if you're lifting, you're
Mhm.
probably increasing your appetite because you're
Yes,
really
and then I'm just like,
tearing
give me
down and breaking your
give me 4
muscles.
chalupas instead of 2.
So if you don't have that nutrition dialed in,
Yeah.
you're kind of spinning your wheels.
So like,
for sure.
like that's what I mean. I was talking to AD, who I know you guys know really well.
Yeah.
Is like he was telling me like, what are you doing? Like, what's your process? And I said I had to show myself that I needed to eat. I could eat better
Mhm.
before I started working out. So like, this is the first week that I've went to the gym and like lifted. But it's because I figured out like, okay, what snacks do I want to bring, and how do I want to portion control, and what do I want to make, and meal prep and things like that.
Yeah.
So what would be your guys' advice for people that are like looking to start out? Is it to nail one of those things down, or should they just go all in? What are we thinking?
Well, so Jeff, you have a really simple little blueprint for nutrition, right? That you have used before.
Might be like Nutrition for Dummies
for
if there was
just
a
for,
book.
for starting from scratch. What's yours?
So, like, because you just said you started reading labels of sugar. So
Yeah.
I will tell our members, like,
If you're
if you-
starting
if
from
you do like
nothing.
these
Yes.
4 or 5 things. 1, you cut out pop. Rico, do you hear me?
Dun,
Are you
dun,
listening?
dun.
Okay.
I'm busy.
You're doing it. It's happening.
Yeah,
I
you're
know.
doing
I'm going to do it
'Cause we're
My
holding you
wife-
accountable.
My wife is going to hold me accountable too.
You're doing it.
And I also,
Right.
I have pop in the house, and the kids are trying to drink it, and I don't want that. So
Yeah.
So don't drink pop. Don't go out for fast food. Don't eat anything fried, and try to avoid things from a gas station, meaning like on the hot dog rollers,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Now, they have
Tornadoes.
really good choices now at a lot of gas stations,
Yeah, they
but
do.
Yeah, they
most
got that,
people
like,
aren't.
sausage pepper jack.
Most people aren't waltzing in to get string
Boiled
cheese, and boiled eggs, and
Mhm.
stuff. Fruit cup.
sell
We're going in
boiled
there to get Butterfingers and Reese's Pieces
Yeah.
and Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah.
So really, just kind of
described
those.
my road trips.
Right.
Well, us too. Give me a break. It's a road trip.
Yeah.
You have to eat like a toddler.
So like if you just stop
Rules.
doing those small things,
Yeah.
they
Again,
make
just
a big difference.
find those couple things that can make the biggest impact. You know, you eat fast food too much.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Start there. Bring your lunch or start bringing, like, eat more vegetables. So
Mhm.
even if you know, because I know you guys have food that's brought in here quite a bit.
Every day except
Yeah,
Mondays.
Right. So bring
And Sundays
in,
because there's nothing here when we come in.
no kidding.
All
No,
right,
that's
go
not
on.
true. You had a cinnamon
I
roll
did
a
have
couple
one,
weeks
yes.
ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not true. One of Peter Ferguson's,
Yep.
bigger than the
Ah,
score,
yes.
had
Yep.
some cinnamon
And it
rolls.
was and a brownie once.
So when you know that you're gonna have one of those meals, bring a little salad. Eat that first. Fill yourself up with vegetables first.
Ooh, that's
Start
good.
adding a salad every day. And you go to Costco. They
Yes.
have those, like, well, Sam's does. I'm sure Costco
Yep.
does too. Like 4 packs of salads
Yep.
that you can get or whatever.
I
Or
even
you
get
can
them
just
stuff from a
bag of 'em.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cheap.
I think if you
and
go
they
back in the
even
fridge
have-
right now, I got one.
Yeah. Eat that before you eat your lunch that you know might not be. Like, imagine if you had eaten a
Interesting.
salad
Yeah.
before you ate those 2 pieces of pizza.
I would be full.
Yeah.
I'd
so-
probably only take one piece of pizza.
See, that's one thing that you can do.
Wow. Okay. So we have a question on the text line before we get you guys out of here.
Yeah.
Ideal lunch to pack for work. Because that was my biggest issue is I just didn't take the time in the morning.
Yeah.
I was lazy. I didn't take the time in the morning to pack a lunch or the night before and say, okay, I'm going to put chips in a snack bag. I'm going to put, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
What's your guys' ideal lunch to pack for work? Because that's one of the questions we got.
I mean,
A sandwich?
yeah, we make sandwiches for lunch a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
Yep.
just, you can load them up with, or
Turkey.
wraps. You can make a wrap, use a low carb tortilla or whatever, and put some veggies on there, wrap it up, do that. That's an easy one. A salad is easy. No, that's not always easy to eat. You're not always maybe in a place where you can, like, just sit down and eat a salad, but add a little salad, but do a sandwich, some carrots and some apples, like
Yeah,
or an
sliced
apple.
apples.
Right.
Some
Just
string cheese.
don't overthink it, especially with
Yeah.
lunch. Like, make it easy, something easy. A turkey sandwich. We eat turkey sandwich.
With 2 pieces of bread.
I ate so many turkey sandwiches last week when it was so hot, and I just didn't want to, like, stand in front of the stove or turn on the air fryer or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
So that was my go-to. I went to Costco and I got a really good quality turkey, and added some cheese on there, and you just load that up and add some veggies with it. And you can have some chips too,
Yeah.
especially if you're going from eating like a half a bag of Doritos to 1 serving of Doritos. That is progress.
I was going turkey. The 2 of the 3 times that I did the Farrells, I
We still love you both.
for those 6
Thank you.
weeks. For those 6 weeks, I was doing turkey sandwiches
Yeah,
almost every day.
It's just easy.
I was bringing them into work.
That's the thing. If you can find something that you just do every single day, take some of the thought process out of it. Not every meal we have to eat has to be like, exciting and something we
Yeah.
love. Just make it easy for you and just eat it every day. Just like, I was going to say grow up, but that's kind of mean.
No, it's okay. That's how we are on our show. Just
I know.
all righty.
Just
Well,
do it.
we'll get you guys out of here. We appreciate you guys coming in. I'm sorry, Jeff, that I called you an Iowa fan.
I'm not.
That was very painful.
I do not mean it.
Very painful.
I knew that would get your
We
attention.
literally woke
And it
up
did.
from a nap and he's like, why am I getting a text message about being an Iowa fan?
Yeah, that's what we like to hear.
We were like, they're
Yeah.
probably not even listening right
Why,
now. We're
why
like,
is
hey,
Nick texting me right now?
we're like, we know that people know. We're like, come on, people, text them, let them know that.
Exactly.
We were sleeping
So there
We
you
were
have it.
because we
napping.
get up at 3:00 in the
We
morning.
skipped our nap
do.
to be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so no
Well,
nap
thank
today.
you.
Look at
There
that.
you go.
Wow.
No
Thank
nap
you, guys.
for us.
You bet.
Do you know how
You
warm,
should.
honored
and fuzzy.
and sad that I am now because we made you skip a nap?
No.
Like, I know how
It's
important
okay.
naps.
Well,
It's okay.
Well,
It's okay.
make
We will
sure-
do it anytime.
make sure you tune in to Fitness Fanatics 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays right here on the ticket. Jeff, Nicole Essink, appreciate you guys coming in. Let's
Thanks for having us.
step aside. We'll come back, wrap up the show with Strick and Austin coming up next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. And air conditioning, heating, electrical, and plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies throughout the day and an afternoon high around 74. Tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with a low around 55. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return again, an afternoon high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts, and the main event of Donnie Bush versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike 3, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Oh, those aren't plugged in, Stricky. No, here you go. Okay.
Every time.
But that's not my fault.
No, I know it's not.
He don't want to.
No, it's not you. I'm talking about Nick.
I don't want you to hear.
Bro.
He just takes people's headphones.
I like the way those
You didn't even
those
turn my
feel.
The thievery. Your mic's on.
Your mic's on.
You don't
Stricky.
have headphones on.
That's good that I almost.
What are you doing?
I almost dumped on Nick.
Take your mic. Well, actually, that's awesome. Let's take your mic off now.
Actually, I actually like the sound of that. That's actually good.
Wow. It sounds so much better without his voice.
Yeah, that's wild. Thanks to our friends Jeff and Nicole Essink of obviously Fitness Fanatics, but also Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, for coming on in and hanging out with us over last segment. So there you have it. Guys, I do want to mention this. So I talked about the tweet and how I messed up on it earlier in the show. I want to shout out Jim, who's in my replies. Jim said, "How can you have two right guards and two right tackles? Careless reporting." First of all, Jim, if I was a careless reporter, I would not have went to practice. If I was a careless reporter, I probably wouldn't have a job, and yet you still follow me too.
Nick Sainert out here spreading false news, fake news.
I'm just spreading fake news. Nebraska has two right guards and two right tackles.
Nebraska has the best right side of the offensive line.
I hate lefties.
Two right tackles, two right guards.
I hate lefties.
They just decided they'll take the right side of the line and move it over to the left side of the line.
Unbalanced.
And because of that, I had to subscribe to Twitter Blue.
I bet they run left.
Unbalanced line.
Yeah. I bet they don't bound. Yeah. I bet every single time Dylan Rowell gets sacked from behind. Anyway, so I just wanted to
weak side.
Yeah. But anyway, so I wanted to mention that. Thanks, Jim, for the careless reporting. Nick Sainert, careless reporter. Anyway, how's it going, gentlemen?
Good. How are you guys? Good. I missed you the last couple days.
I've missed you too.
Yeah. Good to be back.
Condolences, Austin.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Publicly.
You look like the Essink family.
They helping me out.
You look like you,
yeah,
looking good.
I said that. I told
you need a new
I
wardrobe.
I do. It's baggy. Seriously,
no
this
doubt.
is baggy. This shirt used to fit me perfectly. But anyway, I don't like having to buy new clothes.
I don't.
Well, you're saving. The thing is,
I'm a seasonal guy.
You're saving money on food, so now you can buy clothes.
Yeah, that's.
Do you buy clothes off season?
What do you mean?
Off season buying. So in the wintertime you buy summer clothes, and then in the summertime you buy winter clothes. That's when you get them the cheapest.
No, I just have.
I do.
No, I just have winter and summer clothes. I don't.
I do. I buy off season because you get the huge discounts.
Are you buying your massive winter coat in like July?
Yeah.
Stricky doesn't need a winter coat. He's always in Dallas.
Facts. I'm frugal. I'm you stupid. You know what? That's a pause. That deserves a pause. Not applause.
Hey, Austin said
not applause.
Austin said 3 words since he's been back.
It's already
and it's right at the partner.
He was so quick with it. The strict goes, that's facts. And just
that man's like, that man's. What was the movie where he's out there? Hello, what do you call her? He said, Lucy, I'm home. Freaking Jack Nicholas in the door when you get back.
The Shining.
Shining.
That was incredible.
Hey, I even knew a movie reference.
You're worse. You're worse than the grandma dressing up, going in the shower.
Hey, fun fact about The Shining. That was the first time on movie screens that they showed a toilet flushing.
Riley did say on the text line. He goes,
where
yo.
did that come from?
That's just a fact I know.
Riley says on the text line, yo, no, don't do Strick that way. Anyway, Strick, continue your
thing. Thank you, Riley. I'm breaking the ice. I've been gone for 2 days. I got to jump right back in. Now we're cool.
Boy, I got to keep my eyes on a swivel with him today.
Just your eyes or not your head?
Eyes.
Okay, eyes on a swivel. Don't keep your head on a swivel. Keep the eyes on a swivel.
No, you keep your head straight because you got to make you feel like you're not looking at him, but you're going like
that
this.
point guard peripheral vision. You got.
Yeah, that part.
He got eyes in the back of his head.
Nick, figure it out. You already
don't be partners.
Do your news.
Yeah,
I don't. Oh, I know.
False
careless reporting. Sorry.
That's
careless.
No, not false.
Careless.
It was true.
Yeah,
it was authentic. It was just careless.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't read the other one where I said fully energy.
What is this guy?
Yeah. Gosh, careless reporter.
He might just unfollow you. Watch out.
I know.
Well,
then I'll have 1,702.
Well, now Nick's
I'm not certified.
Subscribe to Twitter Blue, so he's gonna
He's going to get a blue check, and then he has to be not careless.
I'm going to subscribe only for football season because, as you guys know, the engagement is very, very during football season. Very active.
Very what? Okay, there we go.
Very active. Crowbase says we're not making any sense here, guys. Very active.
Shout out to Good Sense.
I need to be
great sandwiches, by the way. Yeah,
I need to have the ability to edit. And I think edit is a big part of it. That's the only thing I'm going to use for it.
It should be a default feature. Let's just
throw
that
that
in there.
I don't edit tweets. And I don't
Cheapskates.
delete tweets.
Yeah.
Come on, Elon.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You got all the paper.
So anyway, not anymore. He's donating it. Anyway, Riley says 1701 now. Come on, Riley. Anyway, what's coming up on the show today, guys? We'll get out of here quick. We'll get out of your guys' way.
We'll have a short Olympics update here at the top. For corner 3 tonight, I was digging into the Big Ten, and I got some questions about Nebraska basketball. So I want to talk about that a little bit while they're starting fall practice. CeeDee Lamb, a Chief.
Hello.
Whoa.
We'll see.
Hello.
We're going to predict the first 12-team playoff field.
Okay.
Hour 2. It's going to be fun.
Whoa,
We'll hear from
predicted
the Husker
in
coaches.
August.
Yeah.
Predicted in August.
Big fan. Love that.
We're doing it.
There you go. All right. Well, that's it for us. If you missed any of the show, make sure you check it out on theticketfm.com. Talked Husker practice in segment 1. Jeff and Nicole Essink of Fitness Fanatics and Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping in segment 2. And then obviously this crazy crossover in segment number 3. Let's step aside. On the Block with Strick and Austin returns next. Rico and I will talk to you on Monday.
Adios.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion